I could get back into the arena, and luckily it worked. Now I could battle the parkour champion, and this time it was gonna be different. I got all of the blocks I needed and I made my way into the arena. Now it was time to see if Siwat was gonna uphold his end of the deal, but he did. Standing in front of me was the champion of parkour civilization. Alright, let's go save everyone.
I should have known the old man would give his boots to you.
What? The old man?
Doesn't matter. You can try as many times as you want, but your fate remains the same.
The parkour god didn't just give me random champion boots, he gave me the old man's. He was the old parkour champion. Okay, this is a lot to think about right now. I just gotta worry about defending this attack. Well, Siwat got me this far, but now it's time to see if he was really telling the truth. The champion's attack was technically only a 4-block jump with a barrier, so the parkour combo I was about to do should be harder. I countered with a 3-block 360 to a 3-block fence jump.
What?
The parkour champion looked confused, and suddenly his attack disappeared. It worked. It actually worked. The secret rule Siwat told me about was real, and now the champion has no choice but to defend my attack. Except just when I thought I had the upper hand in the battle, the champion pulled out barrier blocks. Instead of building my jump, the champion built some invisible parkour combo. The barriers were invisible, and I had no way of knowing what sort of parkour combo he built. But whatever it was better than my attack, and my attack was now erased. That only left me with one choice, and I would have to build something even harder. I didn't even know what the champion built, so I couldn't hold back on this next attack. I knew I had to risk it all. I pulled out a 180 vertical flower pot jump into a backwards 360 candle jump. And I made it. The parkour champion's attack was erased, and he had no choice but to either try my attack or build a harder one. But the parkour champion wasn't phased, and he countered my attack with the hardest known jumps in parkour civilization. These were Neo jumps, and he did 2 in a row. Jumps where you have to jump around a block in midair. I knew I couldn't do these jumps, and this was not the time to try them. But the parkour champion set the bar high, meaning if my next attack isn't harder than his, I lose everything. But if I don't make this jump I'm about to build, my entire journey is over. But that means the same goes for the parkour champion. Any one of these attacks will do more than 10 hearts. That means I have to make this. The parkour god trusted me with these boots to save everyone. And for the first time in my life, I actually felt like I was worthy of them. That I was worthy of being the parkour champion.
What? This shouldn't be happening.
I thought I had bested the parkour champion, but I was wrong.
This ends now.
The parkour champion built an attack that was directly over the void.
Either you go down or we both go down.
This was the end. The parkour champion knew he lost the battle, so he built a jump that would take us both down. And there's nothing I can do to defend myself. I knew deep down that this was most likely my last jump in parkour civilization. But this time, I wasn't gonna give up. Parkour god, if you're watching me, please just give me the strength for one last jump. I didn't expect my feet to hit the ground again, but they did. And when I turned around, the parkour champion had fallen. I won. I actually won. It's over, right? I'm the new parkour champion. I'm supposed to be the one who can make the rules and save everyone. So how do I do that? But as I was standing there, something started to happen. My items in my inventory were gone, and I got teleported to the parkour temple. When I walked outside, I looked around, and I realized there was nothing above me. And that's when I remember something the parkour master said to me. He told me that the champion is the only one who knows the way up. I turned around and looked at the parkour temple, and where there was nothing before, there was now a way up to get to the top of parkour civilization. That means my journey wasn't done yet. I still had to make it to the top. Luckily, I'm now considered the best in parkour civilization, so if there's anyone who can make the jumps, it was me. Only one more set of jumps stood between me and the top. I had always dreamed of this day, when I'd look up and I'd see nothing above me. But I never would have imagined what I'd have to go through to get here. Every jump I made and every jump I failed all led me to this point, to make it to the top of parkour civilization. And now I was here, and there was nothing, just pure emptiness and only the sky. I didn't have any idea of what to do until I saw a structure in the distance. I walked over and I saw blocks I've never seen before in parkour civilization. They were command blocks, and they were placed in front of a throne. I stepped up onto the throne and I got my pair of champion boots. But this time, they weren't someone else's, they were mine. It only makes sense that doing parkour on command blocks gives me the power to make the rules of parkour civilization. But before I start completely changing the entire rules of society, I needed to do something first. Well, I think it's time I give these back. I have a feeling you'll probably be needing them.
Evbo, you did it. You saved us.
No, I didn't do anything. It was only possible because of you. And that's why I think you should be the champion. I don't know what to do with parkour civilization, but you are the champion. You know how to fix things. I just don't think I'm ready to be the— Whoa, what are you doing?
Evbo, you think all of this was for me to become the champion again? I'm old, and you know parkour civilization better than I ever could.
Well, alright, I'm gonna need your help. With every 4-block jump on the command blocks, I can change the rules of parkour civilization. And with the help of the old champion, I'm not just gonna make things go back to the way they were. I'm gonna make things better than they ever were. Parkour was never about making or failing a jump. It was about getting up and trying again. The parkour god told me as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. And in my parkour civilization, people will always have a chance to try again.